Hello YouTube, welcome to a new synth anatomy video. I made it again. After I bought the Behringer Crave, I decided also to buy the Behringer PRO-1. The reason is Behringer doesn't give out review units to the press or loan units, so I decided to buy the PRO-1 at Thomann. And as you see also on my website or other websites, the PRO-1 is now available on Thomann, and if you buy it now, you get it in 2 days or 3 days if you live in Europe, or a bit longer if you live in US. So, full disclaimer, I bought this synthesizer with my money to reviewing it, and I would say directly it's possible that I will sell it because I have too much monosynths. But I will see how it sounds, how well it will perform, and I will give you then my final review on it. But now, let's unbox it. As usual, you get this support thing here with these comics on it. Here's the Behringer PRO-1. Finally, because we're waiting a long time, already 1 year, but now the PRO-1 is finally here. It's an analog synthesizer with a dual VCO, 3 simultaneous waveforms, a 4-pole VCF, so it's based on the sequential circuit, then extensive modulation matrix on left side, then also 16 voice polychain, so you can create with 16 PRO-1s also a Prophet 16, and yeah, it's also a Eurorack format. So the Crave is not Eurorack format, that's a bit pity. But this one is again Eurorack format, so you can put it in your Eurorack system. On the side there is nothing or the same sentence. On the back side you can find the outputs or the back side of the synth with again the same label. And here is also nothing relevant on it. So let's open it. So here's now the content. What you get is a power supply. And it will be. It's the same small power supply as in the Crave. So it's nice, it's small. Interesting is that Behringer is only sending out the Europe connectors here. So there's no connector for the UK or US inside. So if you buy from Thomann, please be aware you get only this Europe connector. Then we have the manual here, again with the Behringer sticker, that's not bad. And you have a manual which is a bit small, but it's fine, there is a manual inside. And here is the Behringer PRO-1. What you get also in the box are again 2 patch cables. That's super nice because often companies doesn't send out cables with. And you get this adapter here for the Eurorack format. So you need to change the cable inside to make it Eurorack compatible. So if you want to put it in your case, you put this Eurorack cable on it and then you can mount it in your case. And here's the Behringer PRO-1. And from the first look, it feels solid like the Neutron and the Model D. And the knobs feels of course different because they are very inspired to the Sequential Circuits knobs, and they have a bit of heaviness and they turn not so easy than the Model D or Neutron knobs, but I prefer these ones because they give more a better feeling to the synth. And of course you know the entire Pro-One design. There are two oscillators, A and B. Then you have a mixer, then you have a filter. Then you have two envelopes, one for the filter and one for the amp. Then you have an LFO, the best known modulation matrix. Then you have a sequencer with its dual sequencer. Then an ARP. Then you have also different modes, also the drone mode and also poly, but you can stack up to 16 Pro-Ones. So you can create also Pro 16. Then you have a MIDI in, master tune, a volume, and what is new, you have also a patch bay on the top here with different inputs and outputs. From the outputs you have phones, amp envelope, filter envelope, mixer, gate, keyboard CV, LFO out, so it's LFO if you want to use it in your modular system. And for the inputs you have mod with CV, oscillator CV, that's the pitch. Then you have LFO CV. Then you have external in, so you can route mono audio to the filter. What is nice, so you can use the Pro-One also as filter module. Then you have CV, cutoff CV, resonance CV, also nice to have resonance CV. And yes, that was the Pro-One. And on the back side you have power on, the power supply input, USB, MIDI out and through, the MIDI channels and the output. I think you are waiting for one thing, for sound demos. So let's go. I hope you enjoyed the sound demo of the Pro-One. In my opinion, it sounds great, it sounds beefy and has a lot of character. It's also very near on the original Sequential Circuits Pro-One. From the interface, the knobs feels very good, it makes a lot of fun. What I criticize a bit are these knobs here, or these sliders, which feels not that great. So I have a bit of fear that they break in time, so let's see how great they are. But in total, for the first look, the Pro-One sounds great. So I'm looking forward to play more about it and give you my final review in the next weeks. And as usual, if you have a question, let me know in the comments below your questions about the Pro-One. I will answer them as soon as possible. Big thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon in one of my next videos. Bye!